Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. We're back. Ooh,
Yeah. Mhm.
look at the magic happening. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yay, lighting.
Mhm.
Well, we had to take a bit of a break for different reasons. One, my health stuff. As you guys know, I have celiac, and it's been kicking my booty for the last few years. And I'm finally at the point now where I'm able to address it. Really, it's more of that. Of I kept having flare ups right before I was strong enough to be able to do something like a big cleanse, or I'm actually doing a gut reset, like literally a gut reset. So being super hardcore, my third week starts tomorrow. I'm detoxing a little bit today, so I got a little red going on, but overall, I'm doing so much better. I have so much more energy. It's just one of those things of like we have so much going on, and we'll update you guys about that. But it, you know, it's time, and I'm sick and tired of feeling bad. And I'm just so grateful that I'm at the point right now where I'm able to do this. But it's literally like the first week, cutting out everything. I could eat like five things, maybe.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty much that, and like no sugar, no processed anything, like
Super
very
hardcore.
everything very mushy because it's all like I'm trying to completely cleanse my gut and like rebuild it. Like literally rebuild it. Cause I don't want I'm tired of having flare-ups. I'm tired of like not knowing how I'm gonna feel every day. I have way too much stuff going on and I don't need that stress. And
All
you
of you
know,
guys who have these chronic systemic illnesses, you know what she's talking about.
yeah. Oh my goodness,
What you
so
been
much
doing?
going on. Well, one thing you guys know that I have my radical reset, I have my life coaching. And I cover a lot of things with that. I'm big on people with, that have been through trauma, that are like grief counseling. I'm adapt for all of that. And I'm usually like I can handle major cases because I can go neutral. I don't make things about me. But I'm a spiritual coach, so I do a lot of stuff with energy. And a lot of the stuff I do is, working with people during transition. And the major thing is a reset.
Tell him about the true self situation. Tell him about
Oh,
that.
the true self analysis, which you guys can go to my website and it's free and you can sign up and like hang out with me for a little bit, like 30 minutes. I'll do like a little test on you and it basically just kind of lets me know and lets you know where you need to work on stuff in your life, where we need to
Yeah.
focus. And I
It's
mean
really
that
insightful
alone.
too, because you get a lot, like, after your session, she'll, put together a report and send
Mhm.
it to you. You get a lot of data from just this one session, so it's like, I suggest you do it, so, don't take her word from it. Take
Well, a
my
big
word.
thing is a lot of times we think something is going on and then we go somewhere and we talk to somebody, a professional, hopefully, and we realize that there's a lot more that we need to focus on or what the real problem is. Like we go in for one problem of like, oh, I'm having anxiety, I'm having this. Well, it's because of work.
Yes.
Well, there might be 100 things, or it might be like old school trauma.
Yeah.
It might be core trauma you're dealing with.
Just
Well,
like pain difference in your body.
exactly.
Yes, and that but
Exactly.
in, like, a emotional and spiritual way, so, yeah.
Exactly.
So go to, click the links in the bio and stuff. So that's
That's
awesome. That's the radical reset,
that's
true self
that's the
analysis.
one of the things I have going on.
Yes.
Another big one, and I'm super excited about this because this is a project I've been working with since 2020 on and off. It's a wonderful company. They're an entertainment company. They do a lot of stuff like events, but we're kind of creating a whole big networking
Community, yeah.
community, yeah, for artists, different artists. You could submit your stuff as an artist, and basically you're vetted. It's going to be pretty elite because we want to make sure that everybody's loving and everybody's supportive, and there are people that want to grow because it's also a school. It's going to help you as an artist learn how to actually do your
Yeah.
business. Like we're going to teach you how we're going to be able to set you up a website and teach you how to do that and teach you how to social media and teach you how to like, read a contract. You can hire me as a vocal performance coach. I do artistic direction. I work with people with their voice. I'm very big on technique. I also focus with, as I said, I do life coaching and different things. And we focus on having like a balanced life and also
And they do everything.
yeah,
They do
yeah.
branding.
Oh yeah.
They connect you with opportunities. They connect you with special events or producers or other companies who hire live talent in different areas. It's pretty
It's pretty
awesome.
exciting, and that'll be the big launch for that is in June, and we'll have updates for you, on and off about that. I've drug this one into it because now it's time, and I'm going to be basically the host of that. I'm going to be teaching like every week there. I'm going to be the face of things, so that's the big thing with this. I'm going to be the face of things, and I'm getting my face together. What else do we have?
Um, a lot's changed around the farm.
Ooh,
A lot of growth has happened around the farm. Um, our, our chicken flock is growing. Our quail are doing all right. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing the swap meet route with them or not. I'm not sure what that's going to end up. They're still deciding and they're going to let me know what they want.
yeah, because they haven't been laying
Yeah, they have not been
like at
laying.
all, which is
And
weird.
if I bought a whole dozen of man quail, we're just going to fight. So there's that. That's just a full-on update on the quail.
Yeah.
The bun buns are amazing. Ah,
Oh
okay.
yeah, going
We
through the
had a
project.
winter situation here where we got like over 6 inches of snow outside. We brought the buns in cages and the house was a barn basically. But you have to do it for the babies. And honestly, it was like the sweetest thing just having them here and getting to
I
see
don't know
their
about all
cutesy cute
that.
little faces.
They're
I
raging
know.
psychos. And I love animals. They're raging psychos. You try to feed them and they are trying to kill you.
Well,
Like they're trying I had to like boof them back and I'm like, that hurts my heart. Like I'm
yeah.
not trying to hurt you or anything, but like they're trying to kill me.
Yeah,
Like they're like, it's just
they're just not used to they're rabbits. They're not used to so I got to hang
they're
out
not pets.
and cuddle with them.
That's different when you
So
get to do that.
yeah, that was hard because I'm like, are you guys pets? No, you're not pets, but I know you're so cuddly.
But it doesn't
And
mean you shouldn't love someone.
exactly. Now they're back. They're back out in their habitat. However, that's also temporary because I'm building them their own little.
Condo situation.
They're gonna have like this
It's
whole
cool.
little like HOA kind of tiny house, kind of
Yeah.
like little planned neighborhood situation because I want to get them. I don't know. I
You want a
just
habitat. You want them
yeah
to have a habitat. Right now they're in cages and some
yeah
she has them
and
segregated of like which
I
ones together and
exactly.
everything.
And they're set up like breeders, which is fine
Yeah.
because originally that's what the plan was. But things change and I just love them so much. So I'm just gonna build them a
They're
colony
very cute.
and they're just gonna have their own little tiny home neighborhood, you know, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that
The
goes.
chickens are chickening.
The chickens are
All we do is have roos.
all we do is have
We
roost.
we raise the roos. That's what happens.
We just keep
We're
birthing
like, "Ooh,
roost.
look at that beautiful yeah,
Yeah.
roo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to do some breeding programming with them now that the weather's
But there's
nice
some really cool
because
looking
there's some
roosters.
beautiful ones. So we want
Oh
to
my
breed
gosh,
the
they're
select
gorgeous.
ones.
Yeah.
Um,
The
and
mix of that's gonna be really
that's
cool.
what I'm saying.
It's gonna be
Maybe
really
we can
cool.
get some Easter eggers out of this. I don't
I
know
hope
because
so.
they're expensive. If you're trying to get a little Easter egg or a little chick,
That's
it's
because
expensive,
they're like, "Oh, it's cute. Look, the eggs are blue and green,"
which I
which they
love.
are, and that's the thing of like the
And
aesthetic of them is making them expensive now because
exactly.
everybody's like, "Oh,
Yeah. So, we'll see. But either way, they're beautiful. And so we're gonna be doing some selective breeding.
fun
But
times."
they're being amazing. And then we have a new addition here on the farm. We are doing fish farming. And if you guys were watching us last year, you know that I have been sort of having this weird dream about doing this forever. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what the heck I'm thinking. I've never done this
Well, you
before.
wanted the whole
I
system.
really do.
Explain that to them because I
So
think that's really cool.
here's what's going on with my little fish farm. Everything is reduce, reuse, recycle here on the farm as much as possible, right? Well, we're also trying to keep that in mind with the ecosystems that we have going on, right? So, what do you do with a hot tub that is broken and it won't get hot? You turn it into a fish farm
Love it. I love
with
it.
hardy fish that
Because
can withstand cold.
they're fancy fish
Yes.
in the
Well,
hot tub.
we got so apparently you can do like the tiniest little, like we're not talking about millions of fish here. We're not talking about hundreds of pounds of fish here,
No,
but
it was a decent bag though.
yeah, you can put a decent size here. And just for a couple of people or a small family or what have you, think about it. Just think about it. If you have a Coleman cell use spa, for example, that just shorted out while your, you know, friend was here from Seattle, if that is your
That sounds very
situation,
specific.
then just turn it into a fish farm. So basically, you you have to use like actual well water, or if you're using city water wherever you are, you have to make sure you let it sit
Yeah,
for
not
a
chemically.
very long time.
Because the chemically will kill the fish.
Yeah, and then you got to use conditioners in this case. You really do. Just do your research on it. Like don't whatever. Anyway, point is, so you fill up your little thing. We got 50 hybrid bluegill. We got like 5 catfish. We got a whole bunch of minnows. And I built a like lattice work and pool noodles. Okay, from the dollar store. At the dollar store, I got 2 or 4 things of lattice, got like 4 pool noodles and some utility, cord rope. And I have a floating lattice garden that basically all of the roots for the garden go into the water. The fish eat on the little roots, all right? The water keeps it's aquaponics. It's not hydroponics because I'm not like adding any nutrients or anything like this. It is a closed system.
Oh, by the way, this is our new toy.
I got it for $10.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was sitting in a dusty corner. Little pathetic little $10 sign on it. I had to get it.
It's so awesome. You're gonna have all kinds of crazy magic happening off this thing, man. Or what kind of plants can you
So
use?
you can, oh, this is so crazy. You can use lettuces that are cut and come again lettuces. I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
neat.
if this works, I can have a whole bed of lettuces that I can just cut as I need
For the
for the
rabbits.
rabbits. And then the
Yeah.
little fishies are eating the roots and stuff like that. Now you have to make sure that you're oxygenating this whole time, this whole situation. So do with that as you will, DIY, go and buy, what have you. But basically you need a system that will pick up water and splash it because that splash is how they get oxygen into the water.
Oh.
So I'm not using the actual bubbler. I'm not using any of the filters because it will kill the fish.
Yeah.
So don't wait until you feel like you're prepared because you're not. You're not going to be prepared. So shut up.
Especially if you're trying
Shut
to
up.
make your own food.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
you know,
Just do it. You know, start with chickens. Start with
that's what
chickens.
you did.
That's what I did. Um, if you can do a fish farm, do a fish farm. But the idea is everything is going to feed everything. Yeah. Oh, and it is now very exciting time because all year I've been building a very special compost in the form of deep bedding in the coop, which is why my babies were able to just withstand the winter in the coop with nothing else. I did not do a heater. I didn't have to.
Oh,
So
nice.
here's what deep bedding is. You put down some like hay or straw, and they poop, they do their business, and you just keep layering it throughout the year. Sounds
Yeah.
really gross, but it's not. It
It's like
starts to
blue.
compost from the bottom, and as it composts from the bottom, by the time winter happens, it's producing its own heat. It's like having a heated floor.
That's really
Yeah.
fascinating.
And now that it's nice out, you rake it out.
So they
You
don't overheat.
Yeah, and you just kinda, like, rake it out and kinda leave it right there in front of the coop, They're gonna do their little
And
business.
then when it gets,
When the
it just
sun
stays
bleach
there.
happens,
Yeah.
you just scoop it up, and now it's mulch, or you can use
Yeah.
it around your flowers.
I had 7 years piano and we are not friends.
No?
Oh, I started at 5 and that was not a good experience. But it like was too much. And I never had fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm a 3.8 student. Even though I'm dyslexic.
Nerd.
Even though I'm dyslexic because I had to figure it out. Like I still had problems. I kept doing it horrible with the ACT. Like no matter what I did. Like awful. But then you had people Christmas trading to make like 30s and stuff, or 31s. You're like, what? Are you serious? That's not actually doing the test. That's
No.
cheating. And then they make like a 31 that they got lucky.
There was a game show on an early morning radio station, and the name of the game was called Take C. And they would give you the most asinine questions, the most asinine answers, and you're supposed to always choose C no matter what.
Oh.
Take C. Oh, and we also have our greenhouse set up finally. We have a greenhouse set up. We have a wall of herbs. We've got some berries going in there. We've got some new additions to the plant farm. You might meet them later. Yeah, so the farm's growing. Farm's growing, guys. Yeah. Oh, and I almost forgot. I almost forgot. This year we are doing Cornish cross hens.
Oh, you could, I don't know if you can hear them in the background.
That's what those are.
The babies are in the background.
So, for those of you guys that don't know, those are specifically bred to be meat birds.
Says Cornish hen,
They're
right?
called a terminal hybrid. What that means, they have been genetically like bred throughout generations to get to this point. And this is a terminal point. These chickens cannot breed. These chickens cannot grow or really live in any good quality of life
How long?
past 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
So they're only meant to stay alive for a couple of months at a time. And then, they're food. They're made to be food. They're made to get really big, really fat, very fast.
And if you don't, you know, use them as food, it will be horrible for them.
It's awful for them.
It's a horrible life. I
Yes.
mean, like they don't necessarily pass away at 2 months.
They just suffer. At this point, the reason why I decided to go for these birds this year is because it's one thing to, if you have too many roosters, you have to cull them for the safety and the health of the rest of the flock.
Because they will hurt everybody.
They really
They will
will.
attack everybody.
They really will.
I mean, it gets really
It's
like
not good.
ugly.
And it's not good for them because they're
No,
fighting
it's
and
stressful. And there's like less eggs,
yeah.
like runny eggs start happening, and
It's
then
not
less egg production starts
yeah.
happening because the hens are so stressed out.
Yep.
And the hens start getting attacked too
Yeah.
because they're
They'll
being
gang up
henpecked.
on the hens.
Yes,
So
like
you have
it's
to,
abusive.
yes.
It's really abusive.
And the way that you do it is if you already have your king roux or your king's roux. In this case, we have 3 kings of roux. They're all named after archangels.
Yes.
Um,
Gabriel's number 1. He's white.
Gaby baby, love Gabies. But basically, you sort of when they're teens and you're realizing, okay, that's the roux, you get them. There's not a lot of meat on that animal at that point.
And they can be a little tough.
They can be a little tough
Yeah.
because they're roosters.
Yeah.
They're just
But
all
honestly,
gristle and muscle.
honestly, it depends on what you feed them
That's
too,
true too.
because
And these guys are free
really
range.
aren't that.
They're running, they're going, they're using their
Yeah.
muscles. They're not like in a cage or any like you know what I'm saying. So they're muscly and tough. Um, but I just cannot bring myself to meat bird any of my baby girls who are my baby girls, and I love them, and I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm like, you know what?
I don't think you have with anybody.
No, I just can't.
You've only
Yeah, I know. I'm big old softy.
passed.
Big old softy.
That's kind of fun.
So, as a
Hilarious.
kindness to me, I'm like, you know what? Let's have a kindness to these birds.
Yeah.
And let me get the kind of birds that are going to
Forced
force,
you
yeah,
to do
force
it.
me. And meanwhile, it is a kindness. These
It is.
birds are not being bred because of me. They're
Okay.
going to be bred. That's what they are. That's what you eat. If you eat chicken, that's the chicken that you eat. I'm just sort of feeding mine a diet that I know exactly what they're eating
Yeah.
and
To make sure we're healthy.
exactly. And when, when it is their time, they're not going to be alone. It's going to be loving. So,
Oh, I want you to talk about the cat's reactions to them because
oh,
that was very interesting to me.
yes.
Like, I was like, I
Oh.
found that really fascinating.
So with the other chicks that we've had when we've, done all of our brooding and stuff like that, our cats don't care about the chicks. They'll just they don't
Sometimes Aurora
care.
goes and hangs out with them.
You know,
Sometimes.
she's a curious cat, but she
Yeah.
doesn't really care. In this case, the second I brought in these Cornish cross hens and I put them in their little carrier, she jumped on top and like curled up in a ball and it's like, this is mine. And she's been like,
Those are her
those
children.
are her children. She's always like hanging out with them. Like sometimes like I'll let them out because they're cute. And she's always coming around like, those are my kids. It's the cutest thing. I've never seen her like this with any of the other chicks, but she absolutely is obsessed with these chicks.
They do sound different though.
They do. They
Like
sound
like
different.
listening to them, they have a lot of different noise. Chicken noises are so
It's
funny.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say with roos, how you know it's a roo? This is where they got the rubber chicken noise because baby roos sound like rubber chickens. That's where they got the rubber chicken
It's so
noise. First time I
funny.
heard it, I'm like, what in the crap is that?
It's
It sounds like a freaking rubber
it really is.
chicken.
And when
Like,
you
wow. You're like, what the
and when you
heck?
got six of them out there,
It's a crazy
it
noise.
it sounds like a clown house. It really
It's ridiculous. And
is.
you're like, no,
Like,
please don't be a roo, please. Because we're
um,
not, because, as I said, we raise roos. It's
yeah, so
it's like
that's
I'm
been
raising them
fun.
too. I'm here now.
Yeah. So that's been
I
fun.
just yell at them, tell them
Lots
they're
of
trash.
lots of stuff on the farm. Oh, and baking,
Oh yeah.
which is fun. The bakery is finally a thing. It's not something that we're just talking about. It's
Yep.
finally a
Brazen
thing.
Brazen Bakery.
Yeah, Brazen
Brazen Bounty
Bounty Bakery.
Bakery.
Yep.
All the BBBs.
And it's actually pretty cool because,
You've been that I think this is so cool because baking was one of those things that you really that was like the last thing you wanted to do.
yeah, it
And I feel
is.
like you've really embraced it because you kind of had to, but I
For the
think it's
most
kind
part.
of fun
Yeah.
that you were kind of forced to do that in
Yeah.
some ways
Yeah.
because of restrictions
It's
in the
weird
state.
how life is, but
But
yeah.
her stuff's oh my gosh. This gluten-free well, you're making bars out of them. You're making gluten-free lemon bars, but she made me basically it was like a cake donut. And I love cake donuts, and I remember what they taste like. That's one good thing with my autism of, like, I really, really remember food very well and, like, textures and different things. Like, I have a very good memory of that and how things taste. So I'm not too sad when I have to cut them out because I can still remember, the good things. But that was the first time I had a cake donut that was actually like a freaking cake donut in 14 years because I've been going through this for 14 years, and I was like, "This is the best thing ever."
That made me happy that she liked it.
No, for real, like
Yeah.
texture and everything. It was like I wasn't eating gluten-free at all. It was like I was eating a cake donut.
And
Like,
that's what I'm
I was blown away.